you want to start feeling better, have a little bit more energy, and maybe even shed a few pounds, then it's time to address your gut. If you're not new to the world of wellness and weight loss, then you heard the phrase gut health. And the way I looked at it, I thought it was just one of those trendy buzzwords. Everyone is jumping up on this movement of gut health until I did a little bit of research and saw that there may be something to this. After losing 125 pounds from my highest weight, I am definitely trying to make sure I stay right here, but I also want to address my internal health. So in today's video, I'm gonna be chatting with you guys about the anti-inflammatory diet, the things that I hope to get out of it, what it should do for my health, and what it could do for yours. But before we get into today's video, if you've never seen my face before, hey girl, hey, my name is Janae, and I make a lot of content focused on fitness, wellness, and self-development, and helping you and I live our best healthy and active lives. So if that sounds like something you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of different content over there. Give this video a big thumbs up and comment down below and let me know if you've ever tried the AIP diet before and what has it done for you. So what is AIP? AIP is the Autoimmune Protocol, sometimes referred to as the Autoimmune Diet or even the Anti-Inflammatory Diet. But basically, it's to help people with autoimmune diseases help relieve their symptoms, reduce some inflammation, and promote better healing. The diet focuses on eliminating foods that may trigger an immune response, and then you reintroduce them slowly to see if your body can tolerate them without any symptoms. Not only does this diet focuses on dietary changes, it also focuses on stress management, getting adequate sleep, and having regular physical activity in your life. There are so many different types of autoimmune diseases out there, and I just discovered that I have an autoimmune disease. It's called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Hashimoto's is normally associated with the thyroid, even though I am not diagnosed with hypothyroidism. But from my doctors, it looks like that my blood work may end up putting me there. So for now, it's just Hashimoto's. And it comes with its own crazy set of symptoms that hopefully the AIP diet will help put into remission so that I can start feeling better. Now, like I said, I lost 125 pounds from my highest weight, and here on this channel and both my TikTok and Instagram, I like to promote sustainable weight loss. So the tips that I give and the things that I share is just that. I'm thinking about the long term in my entire lifestyle and not just this small moment of time and trying to lose my weight. So if you're new here and you don't know about my journey, my weight issue started back in 2011 when I was pregnant with our first child, and I've been suffering from weight issues, weight loss issues, weight management issues since then. I battled through that for 12 years before I got weight loss surgery on March 2nd of 2023. My highest weight was 287 pounds. I have lost 125 pounds, dropped that in 17 months, reaching my lowest weight of 162 pounds, and I have been cruising right here ever since August of 2024. So when it comes to Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism, I remember back in 2020 when I spoke with my doctor and talked about my weight management issues after having our second child. She ran all the blood work. We did a thyroid ultrasound, and there was nothing showing up with my lab numbers, but it did show that I had Hashimoto's. My doctor talked to me about hypothyroidism and Graves' disease, I believe, something like that. But she really didn't tap in, really educate me on it, and I really was just still focused on losing weight, so I didn't do my own research on it. But I did have some symptoms from it when I was at my highest weight, which were fatigue, weight gain, and not being able to lose weight and keep it off, joint pain and stiffness, difficulties getting pregnant. There's a 9.5-year gap between our children. Things that I just associated with being morbidly obese. Now, once I had weight loss surgery and started to drop my weight, those symptoms started to reverse, which again triggered me to think that everything was due to my obesity. But here we are in June. It's almost been a year since I've been maintaining my weight in the 160s, and my symptoms have been flaring up again. And so I talked with my doctor. He ran my labs again, and this time this doctor actually sat me down and talked with me about what is going on with my body. And I also did my own research. Something about me after having weight loss surgery and dropping my weight is that I am solution oriented. Once I find a problem, I want to find a solution so that I can stay healthy. So per my research on the AIP diet and having Hashimoto's, you can put your symptoms into remission by doing dietary and lifestyle changes. So it makes sense why at the beginning of my journey after having weight loss surgery that my symptoms started to go away, because I was doing the consistent lifestyle changes and the consistent diet changes. And so when my doctor did my blood work and we're looking at my thyroid antibodies, I believe is what it's called, it started off at the 400s back in 2020, and then it was like the 2 somethings in 2021, and now it's in the 180s. So it's trending down, but a normal number I believe is 35. Yeah. And this isn't something that is cured. It can just be put in remission, and it can come back if you don't manage your diet and your lifestyle. So I share my own weight loss journey in my vlog series called The Discipline Diaries, and I have been trying to figure out how I want to go about my weight management journey. What does that look like for me? And it looks like this, the AIP diet, at least for now. So let's talk about that. I am done with losing weight, but I'm not done with healing my body and getting the physique I want, to be honest. So I am doing body recomposition where I'm focused on cutting my body fat percentage and making sure that I gain as much lean muscle mass as possible. I'm also focused on my mental health, getting enough sleep, making sure that my stress is reduced. And so now that leaves the dietary changes. So what does that look like for somebody who has had weight loss surgery, who eats a high protein diet and wants to make sure that they are gaining muscle and want to heal their body and their gut health? So like I said, the AIP diet is an elimination diet, and it goes from anywhere between 30, 60, and 90 days, depending on your symptoms. So in this diet, you're cutting out grains, gluten, ligaments, dairy, eggs, soy, sugar, seeds, and nuts, caffeine, alcohol, and processed foods. So what does that leave you with? If you're like me, then you're like, what can I eat? You can eat all meats that are grass-fed or organic. You can have all fruits, and you can have all vegetables except for nightshades. And you can also have some healthy fats like avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, stuff like that. This is a very strict diet if you want to heal your symptoms. These foods are anti-inflammatory to help you heal, and there may be a period where you feel terrible. You may not feel great first starting off on this diet. You have to push through and work your way through it, but eventually you will start feeling better, your symptoms will start going away, and then you can move on to the reintroduction phase of the diet. So about 30 days later or 30 days into the diet, you can start introducing different foods one by one. And I will do an updated video talking about the reintroduction phase as I'm still doing the research on all of this and how to reintroduce foods, which foods to reintroduce, how long should you wait so that you can understand and know what is the actual trigger before you added in a new food. With this diet, there's also different supplements that you can take. I'm going to opt out of the extra supplements as I'm just not that type of person to be adding a whole bunch of supplements into my routine, and my symptoms I feel like aren't that bad for me to have to do that. I'm also most likely going to skip out on the organic and the grass-fed beef because this economy, things are too expensive, okay? Now, doing things like that, skipping out on these vital things may make your symptoms last a little bit longer because you don't have the highest quality of stuff. But at the end of the day, the symptoms are going to go away, which means I'm probably going to have to be on the diet for like that 90-day period instead of doing it 30 or 60. So I talked about my symptoms when I was 287 pounds. What symptoms have I been noticing lately? My cycles have not been irregular, but they have been a little bit stronger, a little bit more intense, which has caught me off guard because it's never been that way. I've had a lot of stress with work, so definitely want to limit my stress. My sleep has been terrible, again, from working overnight. And I also suffer from insomnia, middle of the night insomnia specifically. So I want to make sure I'm focusing on my sleep. With the poor sleep quality, I'm also feeling fatigued most of the time throughout the day. I'm like yawning instantly. Another thing, when it comes to my weight, though I've lost weight, my weight loss journey has not been like picture perfect. I definitely still dealt with weight management and slow weight loss on my weight loss surgery and GLP-1 journey, because I do take a GLP-1 that is specifically linked with Hashimoto's as well. So thinking maybe even though I am in weight maintenance and I'm not looking to lose more weight, I'm thinking that doing this gut reset will make me end up losing some more weight, but we'll see. But the top thing I'm dealing with is brain fog and memory problems. Like I've always said, my memory is like shitty and like laughed about it, but maybe it has something to do with my Hashimoto's and my gut health. So I'm excited to do this diet. It actually reminds me of the beginning stages of weight loss surgery, but a little bit more strict because I can eat just fine. There's nothing after weight loss surgery that makes me sick. So this is still going to be a challenge for me. Another symptom is excessive hair thinning. Now, after weight loss surgery, you may lose your hair. My hair has grown back just fine, but the density of my hair, and you can see it because I have a pixie now, you can see straight through to my scalp. My density is not the same, and I also recognized it on my eyebrow. This one has been losing hair in comparison to this one, and that is actually like a tall tale sign for Hashimoto's, like that eyebrow hair thinning. And so I'm really interested to see what this diet will just do to all of my symptoms, and if I will start seeing changes in my body, my hair, my skin, like everything. And so going back to my weight management journey and what that's going to look like for me, I'm still going to be eating a high protein, high fiber diet, still going to be making sure that I'm running and lifting the way that I normally do. And I'm also still going to be calorie tracking, macro tracking, and measuring all of my food like I used to. My calories right now is sitting right under 1,800. It's where I'm comfortable at. I'm eating at my maintenance, so I shouldn't see like a drastic drop in my weight, but we're talking about the rest of my life here. And I was so focused, laser focused on weight management. I don't need to figure out everything right now. This is just the first step into my weight management journey. And that's just focusing on my internal health, making sure that I am the best version of myself internally and externally, and healing my body. If you're listening to this and you're wondering if a diet like this is right for you, first and foremost, I would definitely go to my doctor if I was you. This is not medical advice. I'm just sharing something that I'm doing and something that could be helpful for you. But of course, go to your doctor, see if it's right for you. Get some updated lab work and see if you have Hashimoto's disease. Normally, the doctors just pull the TSH as your thyroid blood work, but there's your T3, your T4, and your antibodies. Ask them to pull those things because the TSH, the T4, and the T3 can come out normal, but your antibodies can be elevated, and that means you have the Hashimoto's, and that is my case. That means that my body isn't attacking my thyroid just yet. But like I said, there are a lot of autoimmune diseases. There's a long list of it. Type 1 diabetes, arthritis, MS, just to name a few. So if you are suffering from an autoimmune disease, or you don't know if you have one, but you know your medical history, go ahead and just look it up. But if you don't have an autoimmune disease, but you have been feeling like, sluggish, tired, infertility, having trouble losing weight, having just some gut issues, certain foods make you feel yucky, then maybe an elimination diet will help you figure out and pinpoint, well, what is right for you before you just start some random diet that you saw on the internet. This is a proven one though. But before you start some influencer's meal plan, maybe see if those foods that's in that list is even right for you and your body to begin with. Doing a diet like this can maybe see if you shouldn't be doing like sugar and sugar alternatives type of stuff because it triggers you, or you should be doing more low carb or no carb type of lifestyle. Like, it can show you and tell you a whole bunch of things, like if you have gluten intolerance, dairy intolerance, like all of the things. Now, again, I am a person who loves to do their research. So this is the book that I was reading, the Hashimoto's Protocol. I learned a lot of good information from this book. I got it off Amazon. I'll link it down in the description box below for y'all. I'm also about to start gut feelings as well. And then I also got the Anti-Inflammatory Diet, and then the Hashimoto's AIP cookbook. Comment down below and let me know if you have any questions on what I'm doing, the AIP diet, like what is the approved stuff. Now, I can always do follow-up videos, but for now, I'm actually gonna show y'all a little grocery haul that's AIP and a quick what I eat in a day, because I've been recording all of my meals for the day just to show you what it is I eat. If you be the cash, I'll be the rubber band, you be the match, I will be a few. Painter, baby, be the baby, be the it's what I sleep right. And I'm the smoker, we raise the back. You're the joker, treat dog. What a joke. If I can be the blackboard, you can be the top. If I can be the phone, yeah, when the sky comes falling, even when the sun don't shine, I got faith in my eyes, pretty little hand. Even when we're down to the wire, baby, even when you are down, we can do it better, say one time. This love is a show.
Bet that never gotta sleep that. Bet that never gotta sleep that. Bet that never gotta sleep that. Bet that never gotta sleep that.
If I'm the blood, be the lighter, baby, fire it up, writer, baby, be the killer. From the lyric, baby, be the board that sing on the sun. Okay, you guys, so that is going to wrap up this little what I eat in a day, my first day on AIP. Let me tell y'all my calories and macros for the day. Out of 1783, I only got 1287, so 1,287 calories in for the day. When it comes to my macros, I got 129 grams of carbs out of 168. I got 37 grams of fat out of 59, and I got 125 grams of protein out of 145 grams. So as you can see, I'm still eating high protein, all whole foods all day today. You can make it possible if that is your goal, to eat whole foods but still high protein. And then my fiber for the day was 30 grams of fiber out of 50 grams. I'm trying to up my fiber even more. 25 is good, but I'm really trying to up it to 50. Now, it is already pretty late. It's 7:32. I may not even finish all of my dinner, depending on how I feel. I may have a cup of tea tonight with a little bit of collagen, so that will up my calories and up my protein. And if I do end up feeling hungry and I finish all of my dinner, then I'll have a turkey chomps. I already have it in my mind. So this will be 80 more calories and 12 more grams of protein. But honestly, I'm just trying to finish dinner and finish all of my water, because so far for today, I only got 46 ounces of water. So it is a low eating day and a low water day. And I did walk 2.25 miles today, but yeah, I haven't been feeling hungry today. But that is going to be it for today's video. I hope y'all learned something. I hope it was helpful. If it was, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell icon. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram. On TikTok, I'm always posting lives and answering your questions in a moment. And on Instagram, I'm super active in my stories. You might have seen all of these meals already. I also have a broadcast channel. They end up knowing which one first, so make sure you follow me over there. Thank you guys so much for watching.